So that Italian dream vacation in 2025, it's probably flickering in your mind, right?
Yeah, visions of sun, amazing food.
Totally. Gelato on a piazza somewhere sounds amazing. But let's be real for a second. That picture-perfect scene, it often comes with a side of massive crowds, especially in summer.
That's definitely the risk. You hit those famous spots in July or August, and yeah, it could be overwhelming.
You end up like elbowing your way through just to glimpse a fountain, paying prices that feel, well, frankly, nuts.
Exactly. It can sometimes dilute the whole experience, not quite the magic you hoped for.
Right. So that's our mission today in this deep dive. We want to help you plan smarter for Italy in summer 2025.
Find those more authentic spots, maybe where Italians themselves go to escape. Less stress, maybe better value too.
Precisely. We've been looking at some really great insider tips trying to unlock that real Italy for you.
Sounds good.
Okay, so first off, why is Italy in summer still such a massive draw, even with the crowds?
Well, I mean, the climate is a huge one. You've got pretty much guaranteed sunshine, warm seas.
Boss-level climate, as one source put it.
Huh. Yeah, that sums it up. And it varies, cooler air up in the Alps, but then down south, it can get properly hot.
Like 35, 40 degrees Celsius hot?
Yeah, potentially. Something to bear in mind if you're heading south. But those warm evenings, they're just perfect, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And then, okay, the food. Need we say more? It's Italy.
Exactly. Simple, unbelievably fresh ingredients. And every single region has its own thing going on.
Pasta that changes your life. Pizza that's just, wow. Amazing local wine. It's a whole culinary adventure.
It really is. And another big plus is how easy it is to get around.
Ah, the trains.
Yeah, the high-speed network, Frecciarossa, Italo. They connect Rome, Florence, Milan, Venice, Naples, all the big players. Super efficient.
That's a really good point. Makes hopping between cities much less of a headache.
Definitely. And then there's just the whole vibe in summer.
Right. The energy. Outdoor festivals, concerts.
Opera in the Arena di Verona. Imagine that.
Incredible. And those local food festivals, the Sagre, they pop up everywhere, don't they?
Always something happening. Although, one thing to flag for 2025 specifically.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Jubilee year in Rome.
Ah, right. So Rome might be even more crowded than usual.
It's a definite possibility. Something to factor into the planning if Rome's on your list.
Good heads up. So that vibrant atmosphere is great, but it brings us back to the potential downsides in certain places.
Which leads nicely into where you might want to, let's say, reconsider visiting during peak summer.
Okay, lay it on us. Where should we maybe steer clear?
Well, the source we looked at was pretty blunt about the Amalfi Coast in summer.
Tourist trap territory.
Big time. Apparently the traffic is just gridlock hell. Stressful. And the prices...
Don't tell me. Eye-watering.
Think 500 euros a night for a room. Not unheard of.
Ouch. For what? Shoulder-to-shoulder crowds? No thanks.
Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
And Cinque Terre gets a similar warning.
Oh, really? It looks so stunning in photos.
It is stunning, visually. Yeah. But in summer, it's described as being like Disneyland.
Wow. Packed trails, packed villages.
Completely packed. Apparently loses that authentic Italian feel. More navigating crowds than soaking it in.
Okay, so Amalfi Coast, Cinque Terre. Maybe give them a miss in July or August if you want peace.
Got it.
So the million-dollar question, where do we go instead? What are the smarter alternatives?
Exactly. Let's get into the good stuff. Our source had some great ideas.
Okay, so if you love the idea of Campania, that region where Amalfi is, but not the crowds, look south of Amalfi to the Salento coast, just as beautiful apparently, but way calmer.
Cilento coast. Okay, noted. And for Liguria instead of Cinque Terre.
Try towns like Lerici or Camogli. Similar vibe, lovely coast, but fewer horts.
Lecce, Camogli. Interesting. Why do you reckon Cilento is less crowded? Just less famous internationally?
Probably a mix of things. Less marketing push. Maybe the infrastructure isn't geared quite so much towards mass tourism yet. It's still properly Italian. Makes sense. Okay, let's dive into the top recommendations then. The top 5 for that authentic Italian summer. This is exciting.
Right. First up, Puglia, down in the heel of Italy's boot.
Ah, Puglia. I keep hearing great things. Underrated, good value.
Exactly. Fantastic value. You've got amazing beaches down in Salento, that cool white city, Ostuni.
And those trulli houses, the little cone-roofed ones.
Yeah, like something out of a fairy tale. Plus Lecce, which is stunning with its Baroque architecture, and Polignano, a mare, clinging to the cliffs.
Sounds incredible. Great food, authentic vibe. What's not to love? Why is it still kind of under the radar, do you think? Just geography?
Could be. Being further south, maybe catch it off the main tourist highway for a while, but people are catching on.
Okay.
Next up, Marche, over in the Adriatic coast.
Marche. Okay. Less familiar name. A hidden gem.
That's how it's described. Apparently less crowded than Tuscany or Amalfi, and definitely better value.
What's the landscape like?
You've got the Conero Riviera with these dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea. Charming towns like Cirola.
And beaches?
Oh yeah, including a famous one called Two Sisters Beach. Apparently absolutely stunning. It sounds like a beautiful, more serene alternative.
Interesting. Who would love Marche, do you think? Someone wanting coast and culture, but maybe, like, chiller.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who appreciates a slightly slower pace, perhaps, without those intense crowds.
Right. Okay, number 3. This one's for people like me who maybe aren't huge fans of intense heat.
Heading north then. Trentino, up in the Dolomites, but specifically in summer.
Escape the heat, right. Mountains, lakes.
Totally. Think sparkling alpine lakes. The northern tip of Lake Garda is there. Lake Molveno. Massive mountains, really fresh air.
Sounds like bliss. Hiking, biking.
Endless opportunities for both. It's perfect if you want an active vacation, and definitely cooler temperatures. A real contrast to the south.
Like a completely different Italy in summer. Cool. Okay, back down south now.
Yep, way down to the toe of the boot. Calabria.
Calabria. Now this sounds properly off the beaten track.
It's described as raw, real southern Italy. Very authentic.
What are the highlights?
The Coast of the Gods, Costa dei Dei gets a big mention. The town of Tropea, perched on a cliff. Sounds amazing.
Wow.
And Scilla, a turning fishing village. Expect crystal clear water, less tourist development, maybe a bit more rugged.
Seems fascinating, like stepping back a bit.
Potentially, yeah. A very different pace of life, I imagine.
Okay, and the final one in the top 5.
Sicily. But, and it's big but.
Let me guess, avoid somewhere specific.
Avoid Taormina, apparently, at least in peak summer.
Okay. Why Taormina? Just too popular. Cruise ships.
Probably. Its beauty makes it a magnet, which means crowds. But the rest of Sicily is huge and diverse.
So where should you focus in Sicily?
The guide suggests western Sicily, places like Trapani, Marsala, the Egadi Islands.
Okay.
Or experience Palermo's energy. See the ancient temples down in Agrigento. Explore the Baroque towns in the southeast like Noto and Ragusa.
Lots of options.
Definitely. Or even the quieter Aeolian Islands like Cilento or Filicudi. Sicily needs a bit more planning maybe to find those quieter spots, but it's got so much.
Right. So many amazing alternatives to the usual suspects. Now, if you pick one of these regions, say Puglia or Marche, what's a key tip for planning the trip itself?
A really practical piece of advice is to pick a good base.
Like one town or area to stay in.
Yeah, find a good central spot within the region you choose, stay there, and then do day trips out to explore.
Instead of packing up and moving every couple of days.
Exactly. Much less hassle, much easier to really explore an area properly.
That makes total sense. Settle in, then venture out. Good tip. Okay, so as we wrap this up, what's the main takeaway for someone dreaming of Italy in summer 2025?
I think the biggest thing is don't just follow the herd.
Look beyond the Instagram hotspots.
Yeah. Think critically about what you want. Consider these less famous regions. Be intentional.
Because that's where you'll find the more authentic experience.
Often, yes. More authentic, probably more relaxing, and quite possibly kinder on your wallet, too. It opens up a whole different kind of Italian summer.
Absolutely. Forget battling the crowds. Find your own slice of the real Italy. So maybe think about which of those regions we mentioned sparked something for you.
Yeah, start your research there. Puglia, Marche, Trentino's mountains, Calabria's coast, Sicily's diversity.
And really picture what kind of genuine Italian adventure you're actually looking for in 2025.